5 seconds. Back to me. Back to me. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so, quick story. My parents sacrificed a lot for me. Okay, my dad was a seasonal construction worker, which meant that he only worked during the summertime, building houses and things like that. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. Okay, so they poured a lot, and we didn't have much money, but they sacrificed a lot of things because they wanted us, me and my brothers, to have a certain experience at home. A home filled with love. We might not have much, but the parents are going to pour into us with all of that. Okay? So I showed my appreciation for that. I showed my appreciation for that sacrifice by really trying to be helpful around the house. Really trying to help out around the house. Was anybody else like that? Anybody else say something like that? They're going to help out around the house, help their parents? Okay, good. Especially at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay? So I knew that we were going to have a lot of family, and we were going to host a lot of people at the house, and so I was looking to be really helpful in that way with my parents. All right? Got a couple scholars who have some really great ideas. All right? Matilda, how are you going to be helpful to your parents? But more importantly, how are you going to be helpful with your teachers?
I would do what they said the first time, or if they don't ask me at all.
Very good. Thank you very much, Matilda. How about, wait, we're seeing a round of applause. Emerson, what did you say? What were you doing?
Give teachers presents.
Yeah, giving them presents like homemade cards and presents and stuff like that is absolutely awesome. Round of applause for these two scholars, please. Awesome job. They are good guys. It's important to show your extra appreciation and show that appreciation. We're going to get into it a little bit more here in a second. Showing appreciation to teachers, showing appreciation to parents is important, but we also need to make sure we show that appreciation to God, right? So we're going to get into that a little bit today. Good morning, Sacred Heart Scholars! Man, that was weak sauce, boss. That was the most weakest, that's the weakest of sauces. Not on a Friday. Not on a Friday. Good morning, Sacred Heart Scholars! That is a proper Friday. Good morning. At this time, if you would, please stand for the morning prayer and identify Anna Sherman. Where is she at? Yes! Thank you, my dear. Today's morning prayer is brought to you by Anna Sherman.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let your perpetual light shine upon them.
May their souls and the souls of all the faithful departed rest in Jesus' name.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, ma'am. Really appreciate you. Appreciate all contemporary scholars leading that. Okay, so again, we're talking about appreciation. 1, 2. Now you. All right, and so what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to jump into today, was how do we show that appreciation? It's one thing to say thank you. We should always say thank you. Okay, but we want to show the appreciation and really go that extra mile. All right, but let's we talked about the people. Let's talk about God. Okay, certainly when we're in our prayer, okay, starting with thanks is very good. Okay. So when you're talking to God, and it doesn't need to be super complicated, all right? When you are in prayer with God, just start with thanks. Lord, just thank you so much for my family. Thank you so much for this home I'm in, for our school, all right? Just come to mind with a little bit of thanks to open up. It doesn't need to be super complicated, okay? Your prayer, when you say thank you to God, okay, in whatever way you do, is very pleasing to Him. It makes him very happy. Okay? It does not need to be super complicated. Okay? Father Jonathan, he is an amazing prayer. Okay? He's a professional, it's what he does. Okay? And we hear his prayers just because of the nature of Mass and things like that. But our prayers, they're good. They're very good, very pleasing. We don't need to pray like all fancy, all right? We just need to do it with our whole heart, okay? But there's ways that we can show God our appreciation as well, okay? Certainly those prayers of thanksgiving, but then when we go to Mass, when we go to adoration, when we worship well, that is another way to show God appreciation, okay? When we're singing very beautifully, when we are speaking up and responding during Mass very well, okay? Those are all ways to show as well, okay? So I want to make sure that we do that, especially this weekend when we go to Mass, all right? All right. So what I want you to do now, I want to go back to people, because all the people, including your parents, your teachers, they're made in the image and likeness of God, all right? So when you say thank you and show thanks to them, you are also saying thank you and showing thanks to God. So here's what I want you to do. At your table, I want you to tell the people at your table, the people in your family group, who are you going to go out of your way today to show and tell thanks to? Who's somebody you're going to thank today? How are you going to do it? Somebody like one person. I want you to tell one person that you're going to really be intentional about today, that you're going to say thank you to. Okay? That's what you're going to do. At your table. Ready, set, go. It's who is it, and how are you going to do it?
How about you, Lisa? Your brother?
Oh yeah, my brother too.
12 seconds. Again, who are you thanking and how are you going to do it? Three, two, one. Back to me. Hey, just had a really great side conversation with Ms. Sullivan, and one thing, and she referenced, where is Blessed Solanas Casey? Where's that family group? Okay, so you're Blessed Solanas Casey. Okay, so Ms. Sullivan brought up that Blessed Solanas Casey would say that our prayers of thanksgiving to God, we don't need to necessarily wait until after God blesses us to say thank you. Right? Am I getting that right, Ms. Sullivan? Yeah. Let us thank God ahead of time. Okay? Because we know that He's going to bless us abundantly. And so giving us that kind of things. Alright? Hey, so you now have a plan. Alright? You have a plan. You told the people at your table who you're going to thank today and how you're going to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Are you with me?
Yeah!
Hey man, I'm going to keep asking again because I can tell, like in my heart, that you guys are feeling that. Okay? Let's get to our saint of the day. Oh, Virtue Cup people, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be meeting with St. Mindred, I think, right? Yes, I did. I'm going to be meeting with St. Mindred today. And I also noticed that we've got many, many virtues in there. And I know that on the back of those virtues, we have some teachers' names. So we're going to be calling some people at the end of the day today. All right? Saint of the day, Saint Cecilia. Saint Cecilia. Tomorrow is her feast day. Not today. I got that wrong. It's tomorrow. She was born at a time during the early church. Okay? So we're talking just like right after the crucifixion of our Lord Jesus. Okay? So she was born kind of around that time. That she had an arranged marriage. Okay? She had an arranged marriage to Valerian. Okay? Very wealthy family. Okay? Very wealthy family. So Valerian and Cecilia, they got married and they had a wedding. And it was a very fun wedding. Okay? Very fun wedding. They had bands, they had music, they had dancing, which is very beautiful. But St. Cecilia, she didn't hear any of it. Because all she could hear in her head was the love song that she had to Jesus. It was in her head. That's how much love she had for the Lord. Okay? The wedding day. Okay? Very important day, but it did trump the love she had for Jesus. Okay? So, and that's kind of one of the reasons why she's considered the patron saint of musicians. All right? Patron saint of musicians. She actually, on her wedding night, Valerian, her husband, was not a Christian. Okay? But that evening, she converted Valerian and his brother to Christianity. All right? And then what they did was they took their wealth and they used it to help the poor. It's a very beautiful thing. Okay? But here's the deal. Again, this is in the early church. It was not okay to be a Christian. The Romans found out about it. Okay? The Romans found out about it, and they captured Valerian, his brother, St. Cecilia, and they sentenced them to death. All right? Very sad. Very tragic. Okay? But they evangelized and ended up converting the guard, the soldier, who was supposed to carry out the death sentence. Okay? So they converted him and his whole family. Okay? Now, unfortunately, the Romans found out about that too. All right? And so they were all put to death. Okay? But Cecilia, in her holiness, okay, they tried a couple of different ways to try to end her life and were not able to do it. She was protected. Okay? So anyways, fast forward hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and they buried her because she passed away, and they found her body. And her body, when they took it up out of the ground, it was what we call incorrupt. That means that her body had experienced no decay. It was like she was just laying there sleeping. All right. And there's several saints, not all the saints, but there are many saints that are their bodies have remained incorrupt. Okay, they look like they're just laying there. They haven't gone through the normal signs of decay, which is what happens when people die and are in the ground. And what the church considers that is a sign of their holiness, a miraculous sign of their holiness, and it's also kind of a sign of like what is supposed to happen to all of us when the Lord returns, is that we're going to resurrect body and life and body and soul into heaven. Okay? So very incredible Saint Cecilia. And of course, there's only one place that I can go. Cecilia, how are you today? Very good. You know how we do this, right? All right. It's Friday. It's got to be good. You can bring it. All right? Here you go.
Saint Cecilia,